Hello, my third grade writers. Welcome to Lesson 5 for Unit 3, Module A. Today in your reading class, you should have started to read this story, Storm in the Night. So today we're going to be writing about it. Our vocabulary word for this lesson is fluttering, which means flapping, waving, or flaring. So when a butterfly is flying, they're fluttering their wings or moving them back and forth very quickly. Our lesson objective for today is I will be able to explore how different writers might state an opinion. So when we state an opinion, the writer of an opinion piece needs to introduce the topic or text he or she is writing about. The elements of a strong opinion statement states a clear opinion that can be supported by reasons and evidence, includes the writer's most important point about the topic, and is one sentence that does not include too many ideas. Unlike other types of writing, where a writer is recounting the main ideas of a story or events in a history book, opinion writing focuses on what the writer thinks or feels about a main idea or event. After introducing the topic, the writer needs to state an opinion about the topic. The opinion statement should clearly express what the writer thinks about a topic. Let's look at the following models. So in this first one, it says, the best part of Storm in the Night is when grandfather talks about when he was a boy. The writer is stating an opinion that identifies his or her favorite part of the book. And second, I liked grandfather, but I don't think he describes himself as a boy very well. The writer is stating an opinion about a specific part of the book. So when we write opinion statements, before you begin writing about your opinion statement, you should develop your opinion about a topic. Consider these guiding questions as you prepare to write. What is the topic I will form an opinion about? What is my opinion or point of view about the topic? What is the main idea that will be discussed about the topic? And what evidence can I use to support my opinion? When you state your opinion, share how you think or feel about a topic or text. So you all might have more than one opinion about the same topic or text. When you write an opinion piece, you should first think about your opinions about the topic. Later, you can choose an opinion to write about. So if I were to model forming an opinion about a text, it might sound like this. The grandfather in Storm in the Night tells his grandson lots of stories. The boy even says that he knew more stories than a book full of stories. I also read that Thomas kept asking his grandfather to repeat stories. Based on these details from the story, I believe that the grandfather in Storm in the Night is a good storyteller. I remember my grandfather telling me stories too. I think that all grandfathers may be good storytellers. I'm going to think about other examples from real life to refine my opinion. Also, when you are writing, I want you to pay attention to the words that you use. Okay, so when a writer is giving his or her opinion about a topic or text, they might use some of these words. For example, like, dislike, think, or favorite. So in your Reader's Writer's Journal on page 219, you're going to complete these 4 sentences. So let's look at the directions. It says state an opinion. Complete the sentences below to write 4 opinion statements about the topic you introduced in Lesson 4. Remember that you are writing about how relationships between people from different generations can have an impact on a person's life. So you have some sentence starters. And then you have to fill in the rest of the sentence. So number 1 says, I like blank. I do not like blank. My favorite blank is blank. And then number 4, I like blank better than blank. So I want you to fill those in using what you wrote about in Lesson 4. Now you should pause the video to complete this before we move into the conventions. Okay, our conventions mini lesson is use pronouns as objects. So remember that nouns can be both the subject and object of a sentence. Since pronouns replace nouns, it makes sense that a pronoun can also be both the subject and object of a sentence. An object pronoun refers to the person or object that is affected by the subject of the sentence. So pronouns change when they become objects of a sentence. For example, she becomes her, he becomes him, they becomes them, and we becomes us. So let's look at our 2 examples here. The first one says, Mary ran out of popcorn, so she asked him if she could have some more. Mary is the subject. She is a subject pronoun that refers to Mary. Him is an object pronoun that refers to the person Mary who asked for popcorn. The second example, my grandmother really likes using him and his large car to haul groceries. Grandmother is the subject. She is the one doing the action of liking. Him is the object pronoun for the person who has a large car and helps her with groceries. Now, same thing on page 219, you're going to complete the conventions. Remember, in the directions, I want you to circle the word circle. Okay, so you have to circle the correct pronoun to complete each sentence. So for these, it might help you to read them out loud and see, does it sound like it's proper English or does it sound a little bit funny? That might help you to get the answer. So for example, number 1, Jack asked she for help lifting the box, or is it Jack asked her for help lifting the box? Number 2, my father gave he the computer, or is it my father gave him the computer? Number 3, Mrs. Smith drove they to the movie theater, or would it be Mrs. Smith drove them to the movie theater? Okay, third graders, if you have any questions, please leave me a comment on Google Classroom. I hope you're enjoying this snowy Monday. Thank you.